it's something that's hard to train for until you're doing it. And so I could see now as you talk about scaling up. So for you with that, there is the other big issue that a lot of businesses face. And I'm not sure if yours did or not, but when people are starting to do that, then comes in the whole question about money to do that though, because sometimes the vision starts to get so big that now they got to figure out how to fund the vision. Like,
yes.
How does scaling up, or does it have a specific approach to that?
I believe in opportunity cash. It's one thing to have a business that just you can keep the lights on and make payroll.
Yeah.
But we like to be in businesses that have great growth prospects and very strong operating gross margins. Because if we run the business correctly, the operating profits you can generate from that type of business model will help you self-fund the growth that you want. One of the startups we did in adult education was a great business, but it allowed us to do 90% of it self-funded.
Wow.
And it was growing quick, but we had a good system, good people, and that really spurred our growth. And so we work with leaders on what type of business model do you have? What type of margins and bottom line? I teach, by the way, the Global Scaling Up Masters Business class.
Okay.
And I had an owner in my class, and he was in an industry that was a commodities industry. I forget the industry, but his profit margin, operating bottom line, was 2%.
Oh,
that's a tough business.
Wow.
And he'd been in it for years, and he was very good at what he did. And he said, you know what? I'm going to open a new company, complimentary, but I have an idea, and the class has really kind of made me think. I said, great. I'd love to hear about it. Tell me more. He showed me. And I said, but show me what operating profit can you get? He goes, 7%. Now, the beauty is I congratulated him because I said, good, you're thinking 3x better.
Yeah.
I said, but why not 20%?
Yeah.
And so the light bulb went off for him. You're going to work hard either way. You're going to take a lot of risk either way. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to do that, why not be in an industry segment that has great top line and gross margin potential if you're going to do it?
Yeah.
And you have a choice. You absolutely have a choice.
I think that's so important too, because it is just as you 10x thinking versus people who might just be thinking about how to make that gradual move of something that's very similar to how they've been approaching it or what they're doing. Whereas what they have to think about is, no, how do I throw out everything that I know to this degree to start thinking about, based on the goal they want to achieve, how to accomplish it. But it's so hard when people know this area so well to break free of that and almost think about it as like an out-of-body experience, to think about what they would do if they weren't them in some ways, but still had the knowledge that they had, because often that unlocks it. They just have to think about it in a completely different factor about how they've been approaching it so far. I'm curious if you have whether it's from your own, you shared some of what that's actually, I have to ask, why did you exit your business?
Yeah, we'd been around 54 years. My father was retired for probably, I want to say the last 20. My mother had gotten sick, and they were all partners with us. And my brothers and I were at different stages of our life and career. We had kind of different interests at that point. Mm-hmm. And so we always felt that the only thing that was mandatory is that we wanted to keep the family part of the business intact. And because of those changes in our personal journey, we said, what better time to exit when we can do it on a high note and then allow people to take whatever comes from that exit and then pursue whatever their personal interests would be. In the US, only 30% of companies ever make it to second generation, which we were.
Yeah.
Only 12% ever make it to third generation, and only 3% ever make it to the fourth generation. And we felt blessed to have a company of over 5 decades making it to the second generation and leaving on a good note and leaving a legacy of some amazing people that have gone on to do incredible things in our industry, and just very proud of them as well.